Hello, Bojack community. Today is May 13th, 2026. The big story of this week is the impending meeting between Trump and Xi Jinping in China. And if you read the New York Times or listen to CNN or any of the mainstream media outlets, you'd think that the US has already lost the war against Iran. And Trump right now is going to China, to Beijing, to beg Xi Jinping for help, which is completely untrue. Over the past 3 months, U.S. together with Israel, they have completely decimated the Iranian Navy and Air Force. The IRGC is significantly weakened and teetering on total collapse. But if you ask average American or even European, you get a different story. You think that the U.S. had lost thousands of troops, and it and hundreds of ships and dozens of planes already, which is completely untrue. And all these missing information, really, it came from American enemies, such as China and Russia and North Korea and the IRGC. These totalitarian regimes, they know they cannot defeat America militarily. They know that if America chooses to, we can take on the whole world militarily and still win. That's how great, how mighty the American military is. But what America is not good at is information warfare. So China, especially, and Russia, they are using all kinds of tricks in the book, using their influence of New York Times and CNN, its influence in social media such as Facebook and YouTube, to sow dissent and confusion and just outright lies in the public opinion in America and in Europe. That's why, if you just ask any of your neighbors, they'll tell you that this war, America is losing. Um, Personally, I don't think that there's going to be any concrete agreement being made by Trump with Xi this week. Both China and the U.S. they know, both of these leaders, they know that U.S. and China, they are in a long-term competition. It has been for the past 10 years, and it will be going forward in the foreseeable future, unless, of course, one or both countries change its system. Let's say if U.S. collapses tomorrow or the Communist Party of China collapses, then uh, can collaboration commence between these two countries. But for now, ideologically, U.S. and the CCP, they're just on very divergent roads, and there's not going to be any convergence of these two ideologies soon. So China is going to continue to support Iran in the background, and the U.S. is going to continue to surpass China in the most critical areas, such as AI and quantum computing, you know. And for Xi Jinping, his number one priority right now in the short term is not superseding America as the number one preeminent power in the world. He, you know, China knows that it's not that time yet. For Xi Jinping himself, his number one priority is to consolidate domestic power. Uh, Even though right now he has absolute power in China, but just like what Oracle said in the movie The Matrix, what do powerful men want? But more power, and that's what Xi Jinping wants. He wants to really turn China into a bigger North Korea, so that he and his family will have power in China indefinitely, and that's good, for the West, in my opinion. Just look at Korea, even though it's very powerful militarily, and the Kim family has absolute control of the domestic politics in North Korea, but it's really a failed state. And China, if it continues this way, it's going to be like North Korea. It's going to lose its influence, and in the long run, it will not be able to compete against America. The ingenuity and innovation of the open and free American economy. So that's why I'm extremely optimistic of the American future. And once we see the war against Iran winding down, Trump is going to concentrate on the domestic economy. And I believe he's still aiming to make America the crypto capital of the world. And we know that Kevin Walsh is succeeding Powell to become the Fed chairman this week. I think on the 15th. So that's going to be great news for the crypto market. Even though this week the inflation data coming out showing that inflation is picking up, but still, it's within reasonable expectations of the FOMC board, the Fed board. So I believe quantitative easing is going to resume. Um, the Fed is going to reopen the turn back on printing, the money printing machine, and we should see Bitcoin going to all-time highs in the coming month, and that's going to benefit Wojak as well. So thank you so much for all the patience and trust you've given us over the past few months. Better days are ahead. Stay encouraged and encourage one another. Thank you.